Hello Geminis, or welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot, or welcome back if you are a regular viewer. I know it has been a while. I've been busy with work and, well, after sort of getting back from work, eating and all that, I've just been too tired. So apologies for the absence, but we're back on it. I'm back home, finished a little bit early today, which is all fantastic. So we are doing a read for you. It's a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Perhaps it's just not your read. Perhaps you're not linked in with these cycles. Maybe you're working from a different aspect from your birth chart. It's also a possibility. Go and check out your other placements. Go and check out the All Signs overview for this particular round of reads. Maybe there will be something in that what resonates with you other than your own sun sign. We're dealing with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about rest and relaxation, or healing and recovery from something. And so for some of you, you may be recovering from things. For others of you, you may be sort of just having, well, a chill time at the moment. Okay. And so to go with this Four of Swords, we have got the Ten of Pentacles. And we have got the Judgment and a hare. So it's kind of saying this chill time is perhaps recharging your batteries, giving you a second chance, so to speak. But the Ten of Pentacles is talking about like an abundance of wealth. Okay, so maybe it's a second chance for an abundance of wealth. Maybe it's a second chance for just anything in general, really. But it's whatever you think makes your life perfect, okay? And so we'll do that, and we'll put an overall energy just there as well. We won't have a look at them yet until I get the person out as well. I'm doing this all backwards and everything. Normally we'll be doing this first. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you've all been well. I hope you haven't really missed me too much, but on the same note, I hope you've really missed me and you keep looking for me. But that's just the vanity. We all have it, don't we? So, okay, let's find ourselves some sort of star sign or a star sign, as the Jack of Clubs come flying out, which would be a fire sign, which is a Sagittarius. And so we're dealing with a Sagittarius, somehow linked with you and this Four of Swords. Well, maybe you've broken up from a Sagittarius and you're healing from them. Maybe you're just gone on holiday with one. And the Sagittarian get up and go is like a breath of fresh air for you. And just there is going to be the connection. Well, not the connection, the situation. Just here is going to be how the Sagittarian feels about the connection or yourself. Just there is going to be what the universe suggests as an overall outcome. I say suggest because things can always change with our own actions and our own free will. The overall energy of this is communication. And so for some of you, this could be about a breakup you've had, maybe with the Sagittarian. Maybe the Sagittarian is a new person coming in to help you heal from the breakup you had. But there will be communication about love, feelings, emotions, and all of that with the Queen of Cups. So, Jesus, there you go. So the situation is a second chance. Okay, so it's a second chance. It's judgment. Judgment is like coming to the end of it is basically the end of the major arcana. It is where you get judged to see if you've learnt your lessons or not. If you haven't learnt your lessons, you go back to becoming the Fool and starting your journey all over again. If you have learned your lessons, you move on to something new. Now, should we have 4 cards? We'll have 4 cards, I think. Okay. And for at least this one, it felt like 4 cards needed for this one. So we got a second chance energy. Something's coming back. It could be someone. It may not necessarily be a relationship of some description. This could be a job. This could be a long lost family member. Maybe the black sheep of the family is coming back. You're all on different journeys, going to the same destination, different times, different ways of doing it. And this energy is affecting you all on your own personal journey in the different ways it needs to affect it. But it's the same energy which is affecting it. So, as I said, it could be maybe one of your exes is coming back. Maybe it's someone you had a crush on when you were at school. Maybe it's the black sheep of the family has finally come back home, or something like that. Maybe it's a job, as I've already said. It could be any of those things, but it is something coming back. The situation is not about a person, it's not about a thing, it's just the situation. The Seven of Pentacles, coupling up with that Knight of Pentacles as well, it's telling us it's been a long time in the making. And the reason it's been a long time in the making is because of someone being overcautious. I'm getting off that Knight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is it's a long time in the making. It's like planting seeds. You plant a seed. Yeah, I planted my seeds out about 3-4 weeks ago, and every week when I get back from work I go out, have a look, see if any have grown, and I've finally got a few little seedlings grown, and it's taken about 3 weeks to get that far. And then I know that to get to actually starting to get some form of harvest off those seeds that I've planted, it's probably going to take a few months. But that's because I do this gardening. I plant from seed and go with it like that. I know it's going to take this time. The Seven of Pentacles is not a surprise for me when it comes to growing things. I know it takes time. But this is kind of something like where you might have lost track of time on it. You forgot about it maybe because of the Knight of Pentacles, this over cautiousness. Maybe the Sagittarian here has been like trying to make sure everything is absolutely in place. The problem with making sure everything is in place is, as you well know, trying to repack things into boxes they come in originally, yeah, they're not the same, and things pop out as you're trying to push that last little bit in. That's kind of what I feel is happening with this Knight of Pentacles. They're trying to make sure everything's planned and everything's going to be perfect, but things just keep popping out at the last minute, which means they keep having to do it again. But finally, the Seven of Pentacles is also telling us the time is now here. Okay, this creates a tower. I'm feeling this is a tower for you. It's a shock. It was an unexpectedness. It was like you had written it off. You were never expecting this Sagittarian to ever come back into your life in any way, shape or form. And it could be just a chance encounter. You might be on holiday, or you might be working away and you bump into them in a pub or a club or a restaurant or a supermarket. But you, like, when you do, it's like I never would have expected this. For some of you, they have literally come back into your life because they possibly realized that perfection is never going to actually be perfect. So they're now making the best with the closest to perfection that as they can get. With justice at the end, that's what's telling us, or telling me, that that's what this person is doing. I'm settling. Those scales will never be perfectly balanced. It is an impossibility. If things could be perfectly balanced, you wouldn't be sitting here watching a tarot reading. I would not be doing one, because the universe as we know it would not exist. The only reason the universe as we know it exists is because there is a slight imbalance. And that slight imbalance makes everything work. Okay, the scales are never quite there, and that's what's telling me that the Sagittarius, or perhaps you, are just going to say, well, hell, I can't get this perfectly right, so I will settle for 99.9% of it being right, and just that one little bit, that one tiny percentage, yeah, I don't like it, but I will accept it. Okay, and so one of you are a bit of a perfectionist, and it's creating some sort of conflict. Okay, it's creating some sort of like issue with everything else. It could be one of you has some sort of OCD or something like that, where everything just has to be perfectly right, and because it's not, that's what the hold up has been. It could also be that this second chance is a test, the final test before you go into the new cycle. If you pass it, if you fail it, then you go back to the fall and have to reset it, as I said near the beginning. Or Right, I've already pulled the bottom card off. I'm just finishing my explanation before we see what that is. But I did just see what's underneath this one. Okay, that's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the test I was talking about. Okay, this is kind of like a test to see if you're ready to go on to the next cycle. Okay, and perhaps you're not meant to be with this person. Perhaps maybe this is the person you're currently with, and you bump into someone else, and you're being tested. Okay, that Five of Wands could be the conflict about this perfectionist, but it could be just a test as well. The reason I'm saying it is a test because there is the Fool. Okay, after that, you're not quite ready. You're not quite healed. You're not quite rested and recouped. And the reason I say you're not quite healed is because I also saw what comes next, which is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is the pain which you're trying to heal yourself from. The pain is something toxic, something which has bound you to a situation. This is that perfectionist element I've come in. And it could be them, could be you, which is creating this devil energy. You know your situation better than I do. I'm just pulling on those energies around you, okay? Last of all, coming out of this is the Moon. Now, this is the universe telling me one or two things. There's either too much information. There's so many of you on slightly different things. You'll be stuck here listening to me go through all the different options for about 20 to 30 minutes before I even carry on with the rest of the read. Or it's just, you don't need to know. You've said enough. You don't need to know about this devil. You don't need to know about the ins and outs of what the hold-up was. All you need to know was there was some sort of hold-up. It was some sort of test. There was some sort of conflict. And I'm saying was, which is sort of implying that it's now over. And that's why the second chance is coming in. And I want that one back as well. Okay, so I'll put them back at the bottom of the deck in the way they came out. There we go. And we'll move on to how does Sagittarius feel about this? Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the Sagittarian is kind of like accepting the imperfection. Okay, the Sagittarian is probably the one who has this OCD or this need for everything to be just right. But I suppose their lesson is they have to accept that nothing is quite perfect. There is always some sort of blemish. There is always some sort of imperfection. And at the end of the day, that is what makes things beautiful. The oddity of it is what makes it all brilliant and all nice. Okay. So let's have a little look-see of what's going on. And don't surprise me. This is the strength. But there's also an opportunity, and that's confusing them. Okay. And then with a Queen of Wands at the end. So for those of you who may just be listening to me and not actually watching my video, yeah, you've got the Six of Pentacles, which is the main energy. Then we've got the Strength, the Page of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. All right. So they're accepting this imperfection, whatever that imperfection may be, and it might be an imperfection from just their behalf. Maybe they like tall people and you're short. Maybe it's on a job sort of level. Maybe they like working 9 till 5 and the job that you're offering them is like an 8 till 4, and they just think, well, it's not quite right, is it? It's not the right hours. And it's kind of something small and petty like that, but it is like that. But they are trying to gather the strength to actually deal with this, to tackle this, to accept the fact that it's not quite as perfect as they want it to be. With the Page of Wands, they are going to grab hold of this opportunity. I see the Page of Wands, the minor arcana of the Fool, because it is a reckless attitude as well. They're not overly concerned about where this might lead. Okay, it's just literally, I need to take that next step. Yeah, the next time I have that chance, I'm going for it. And, well, to the wind with it all after that, we'll just see what happens. Which then brings us to that Two of Pentacles, that juggling energy. Okay, I sometimes see the Two of Pentacles as like the crossover point in a Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune goes from one energy to another, and so on and so on. And I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, because sometimes it does seem to happen overnight. But 9 times out of 10, there's a gradual fading out of one energy as there's a gradual increasing of the other. And that's this point, was where they cross over. The energy exiting and the energy incoming are both there at the same time. And that's what's being juggled around. That was the 5 of Wands up here, the conflict, okay, and the testing. Have you passed your test? Can you actually accept? You can say that you're going to accept that imperfection, but then can you actually really accept that imperfection? That's the test. The conflict. Yes, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to accept that imperfection. But oh my God, why can't we just start at 9 and finish at 5, like other people do? Why do I have to start at 8 and finish at 4? Okay, and it's kind of like that sort of, they're dealing with both the energies, the energy of wanting to go forward and wanting to deal with the new situation and their new commitment, but also at the same time sort of like wanting to hang on to the old. And it's like but that's how I like it. With the Queen of Wands, they could be swaying a little bit towards the how I like it part of the energy. The Queen of Wands is a bit of a self-centered energy about themselves. But the other thing is, the Queen of Wands is very passionate and very, very loyal to those who have helped her in the past. And I say her, it's a woman on a card, simple as that. Your person could be a he, could be a she, could be a dog, could be a tree, doesn't really matter. It is just the energy. And the fact that it's a picture of a woman on the card makes, and it's a queen, which is a feminine word, makes me say it's a she. But they can be very, very loyal to those who have helped them out in the past, and those they see as friends, those as they see as allies. If you're on the wrong side of a Queen of Wands, it can get very bad. Okay, and so crossing all this is the Four of Wands. They're committing to it. Okay, they might not like it. They might hate the fact that there's that 0.1% of imperfection within the situation, within the deal, within the person, but they've committed to it. I'm going for it anyway. That next opportunity I get, I'm diving in. So, oh Jesus, look, the Tower again. The Tower again. Okay, so this is the outcome. This is going to be life-changing. Okay, that's generally what the Tower means. Yeah, it can be a traumatic time in life, or facing some sort of like childhood trauma or something like that. But a lottery win would also present itself as the Tower through the universal energies, because your life has suddenly changed. It may have changed for the better and not for the worse, or it might have changed for the worse and not for the better with a lottery win. Depends what you do with the money and what everyone else wants from you. But it is a case of, the outcome is, this is going to be life-changing. Okay, for at least one of you, I'm going to say, because the universe could have quite easily put this Tower up here and made that the Judgment card, but it hasn't. 2 people jumping out of that Tower, only 1 from this one. It's saying this is your Tower moment. You're going to be the one who is having a life-changing moment. Okay, the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is everything's going to become clearer. Maybe they're going to explain why they are, or what they have done with that Queen of Cups down there, and why it's taken so long and everything. But all of a sudden, everything makes sense for you. Okay, with this explanation. With the 4 of Cups, there is a little bit of disappointment. There's a little bit like of, well, I've got all this already, and now I'm missing the love, or I'm missing the security of the work, or I'm missing something. And it's the disappointment, because this Tower isn't offering the thing you're wanting. It's giving you more of what you already have. But I do believe, with the Chariot coming after that, the thing you're wanting is actually there. You just have to find it. Yeah. Imagine someone coming back into your life with all their baggage they're going to bring with them, and your thing you want, that I don't know why I always call it that one, but it's that 4th missing cup out of your recipe of life. is hidden away in that baggage, and you just have to root around and find it. Okay, the Chariot. You probably will find it with the Chariot there because you're driving forward with this anyway. You're accepting it. You're driving forward with it. And you're kind of also accepting it because you just never expected it to happen. Okay, like what I said up here, you with that tower, you never expected to have this Sagittarian back in your life in any way, shape, or form, or this person, or this situation, and this is forming a square. Okay, now I don't normally harp on about things like squares and stuff like that. I believe it all belongs in astrology, but 9 times out of 10 when I do these reads, I normally go for 3 cards, and I don't normally have the 4th card. Now if I had gone for 3 cards, so if we imagine we take them out of the situation, yeah, you're literally dealing with the 4 corners of the read. Yeah, this sandwich between 2 towers, your second chance sandwich between 2 towers. Okay, and so it is quite an impactful event, and as I said, it's something you do. It's the kind of odds people just wouldn't put money on. Okay, yeah, people might put money on 100 to 1 shot coming in, but this would be like you've got a Formula 1 track full of all the Formula 1 cars, and sitting there in 22nd place is I don't know, some run-of-the-mill £35,000, dollar, yen, whatever your money you're dealing with car. The sort of thing what most people would run to work in. And that's it. It's back that one. You can hear it in your head. Back that one. Back that one. It's going to win. All the others are too fast for this track, and they're going to crash off, and that's the only one that's going to pass the finishing line. And no one's ever going to put any money on it because it's just never going to win. But there is always that tiny little chance that it will. It's there in the race in the first place. Got to be in it to win it. So the end of this is the 5 of Swords. Now the 5 of Swords is telling us that there could be some sort of sacrifice on your behalf. Maybe you're going to sacrifice this yourself, and don't take that bet. Yeah, it's not a bet, but not take the gamble of it. Maybe you're going to walk away from it. Okay, maybe that's why we had the Fool up there as a secondary card. But it could also becoming across of you might be willing to sacrifice everything for this Chariot. You might be willing to put everything on the line for it. Why not? Let's go all in with this. If we go all in, we're going to be really prosperous. And remember, we had that 10 of Pentacles in the cut as well. Crossing this is a 6 of Pentacles, not quite the 10, but it's that 6 of Pentacles again. It's you're desiring the balance as well. You're kind of feeling that I put a lot into this in the past, and now I'm getting my balance back from that. I'm now getting the return of all that. I planted the seed. I'm now harvesting it. Okay? All that time and effort, what went into growing that seed, has now finally come to fruition, and I can finally grab what I want from it. So Geminis, that is your read. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that is fantastic. As I said at the beginning, if it doesn't, don't worry too much. Go and check out that All Signs Overview. There will be a link in the description for it. Okay, thank you very much for watching and giving me your time. I know it is very important to you because it is very important to me as well. If you haven't liked this video or subscribed to my channel and you would like to do so, please hit the thumbs up button and the subscription button. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how things are going on in your life. Feel free. If you just want to chat, feel free. That's what the comments are there for. Maybe some of my other tarot team will jump on and drop in a few comments as well for response of yours. Until the next time I catch you on one of my videos, Geminis, you be good out there.